What's going on, guys? Right now we're getting ready to paint the engine bay on the red MR2. As you guys know, we dropped this thing off at Trevor's and he completely repainted the whole outside of the car for us, but he did not paint the engine bay. There were still some things that needed to get done, and it was another like full day of work for him to get that done. And I think the trade-off was fair with him just painting the outside of the car. But that does mean we do need to get the engine bay painted to make it look nice and match the outside of the car. The main thing I wanted to do was get this mount right here welded up. And as you can see, I sanded the paint off right there and TIG welded that corner of that mount because there is a single factory spot weld right there. And when I was prepping the engine bay on the white MR2, I had found out that that spot weld had broke, and I welded it on the white one as well. So I wanted to do that one on this one. Also, just in case that were to crack later on, I don't have to worry about that. So that's done and ready to go. And as you can see, we got the car completely masked off. We did a good job masking everything on the outside of the car because we do not want to mess up the really nice paint job that Trevor did on this thing. So it is completely masked. And then we're also going to be painting this area around the trunk as well, because if we just painted the engine bay, when you pop the trunk, you'd kind of see that all this is a different color. So we're going to kind of blend that in as well. Probably back here, I'll just spray straight color, no primer, but there are some spots where we exposed metal and took off some mounts we don't need. So we are going to be priming a lot of the engine bay in here, but this back stuff will probably just shoot it with straight color. We are going to be painting the engine bay with rattle cans, and I know some of you guys probably won't be too stoked about that, but that's actually what Trevor suggested we do. We've had a lot of experience with the rattle can stuff already. I mean, I was really happy with how the MR2's bay came out, how Wago's bay came out, and it is still the same paint that you're throwing on there. We just had it mixed and put into an aerosol can instead of coming out of a gun. It's just a little more fine, not as an even wide spread, but if you take your time and you're careful with it, rattle can paint job can look just as good as out of the gun, and it's really all in the prep, and we definitely spent a lot of time prepping the engine bay today. So I'm really confident that this paint job will come out awesome. But we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. We're just gonna prime some spots that do need it, where there's some bare metal showing, make sure everything looks good there, and then we'll start adding our color, and then we can move on to our clear and get it all done and be good to go. All right, we got all the color on last night, and then we let it sit overnight to dry, and now we are ready for the clear. All right, we just got done clear coating about 2 hours ago, and we went ahead and took off all of the masking tape and everything like that, except for all that stuff down there. Still need to get that off. But engine bay came out awesome. Really happy with how it came out. Really good for a rattle can job, and I knew it would come out good because we've already done a couple like this, and I am really happy with that. So now once we get the motor cleaned up and everything, get it in there, she's gonna look fresh.
The color matches really good too.
Yeah, it matches like dead on.
Yeah. Looks really good.
Yeah, it looks way better than the red that was in there before, because before it was like our door jambs. We're gonna have to paint the door jambs now because
you're gonna have to.
Look at that. On the GoPro, it's kind of hard to tell. It actually looks pretty close, but this is
we could tell.
a much, yeah, in person it's a much like kind of more maroon. Yeah, burgundy, more maroon red. Oh, right there you can kind of see it. So like from right there to there, you can see the color difference pretty good. So all that right around here, around the trunk and everything, was that darker red. So when you would pop the trunk or something, you could see that, but we went ahead and got all that painted, got this piece right here done, and it looks really, really good. So we're gonna go ahead and wait until the motor and stuff like that's in the car before we add the engine cover and trunk back on the car, because it'll be a lot easier just to do that because we're gonna have to take it off anyways. But really happy with that. Came out awesome. The clear's super nice and shiny everywhere you look. So definitely not bad for a rattle can job at all. That'll work for me. So now she's ready for a motor, or an engine for all you guys that keep saying it's called an engine and not a motor. I'll say motor and they're like, they have engines, not motors. Motors are electric. I'm like, it's the same thing.
It always goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say engine, sometimes I say motor, but they'll have an engine soon.
Yeah. Of course, we have to put the jump box on it. All right, watch out, because sometimes it just
goes.
Don't be showing everybody my motor, dog. Look at that
Dang,
exhaust.
the FMF exhaust. Oh.
See? All right, let go. Let go.
Don't yell at me.
No, small engines is my thing. Go.
Small engines, huh?
Kill me.
Whoa, it just goes.
Let go.
There's no neutral in this.
This got drenched.
All the water on the roof.
Dude, that's a net.
Oh, dude, let's go, man. Okay. Just gotta, you gotta pedal it, dude. Yeah. Look at Brent, he's laughing at it. Open that door.
Easy. All right, that's good. All right, guys, you remember this. So nice of you guys to volunteer to get that.
I was voluntold. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, we need to find someone to film. Amelia was like, we got this.
Yeah.
We got this,
I
bro.
was like, all right, I'll sit back and watch.
You're not out of it first.
Hey, I put that on there to make sure it didn't tip over.
Yeah,
Boy Scout?
He tied it to the spare tire.
There's nowhere to go. I just put it to the wheel and put that heavy box on it.
Down or no?
No, it just
Oh my god.
It didn't need it. Look, it didn't fall over.
Brent over here telling
Brent's trying to race mowers.
Oh, he's got the husky.
Oh, he's gone.
he's out, bro.
Oh my god.
This golf cart's about to get a lot faster with the K-swap in it, though. We're about to have a K-swap in ours, though.
We're gonna K-swap this one real quick. Watch.
Oh, I can do it, bro. They're man mode.
I feel like you pulled the golf cart a little too close.
Yeah, I know we did.
Oh.
I was even willing to help.
Ow. Oh god. Help. My pants. You ripped mine too.
You ripped your own. That's a nice cinch.
I know, she's complete.
No.
All the accessories, even has the headers on there.
What's this one for?
For the red MR2.
Sweet.
It's the new heart for
Where'd you get this one?
Facebook Marketplace.
There you go.
350.
Yeah.
K24A4 came out at 06 Accord. Has 125K on it.
We got
Yeah.
the compressor just in case we need to add AC to it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to make the AC work.
Grandma owned, no smoke, no dripping.
No
holes in the block. That's
Hey,
good.
it's a smoker, bro. For sure.
Is it?
There's a cigarette butt in it. It's a smoker.
I ripped my pants over this motor. I just want you to know this. Hey, bro, don't get that glory shot.
You actually have it?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
Bro, you checking my 22s?
Careful.
There she is. Thanks for the help, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry about your pants.
All right, man. Catch you later.
Yeah.
Oh, we almost lost a couple passengers again.
That was bumpy.
No, I measured.
I was giving her everything she got.
That was close.
You guys didn't even see me pass you.
Yeah, that was fast.
You had her in rabbit?
I had her rabbit.
Took her out of turtle mode.
The old husky.
Bro, you're only in 6. You weren't at full rabbit. You were only in 6th instead of 7th.
Oh,
Got to go full rabbit.
That explains so much. Turn me off.
That was quick. He turned yours off while he was riding.
That was pretty quick.
Needs a K swap.
It needs a case.
Imagine a K right here.
Oh! Powered by Husky, and we know how their tools are.
Did I get the key actually?
Yeah. You got it.
Tell you what.
That was a good plan.
All right, guys, we're getting out of here for tonight. We got the engine bay all painted on the red MR2, and that came out awesome. And then right here, we have the new motor for that car as well. This is just a bone stock K24 A4. And then I still have the transmission and all the other stuff that came out of this white one back when I first K-swapped this that I'm going to be adding on to this motor right here. I do have the original engine that came out of the white MR2, but it did smoke really bad, and I just wasn't too sure if it was the motor itself that was running rough, maybe it needed new valve seals or something, or it could have been the way I had the oil return set up on the turbo system that could have been causing it to smoke, and that other motor is perfectly fine. But just to play it safe, I found this one on Facebook Marketplace for really cheap, so I just went ahead and got it. It has all the sensors, the harness, the alternator, AC compressor, power steering, all that stuff, and I got the whole thing for 350 bucks, so couldn't really turn that down. And I do plan on trying to make the AC work in this red MR2. We have the condenser right here, and that actually lines up perfect where the existing AC lines run on this guy. I think we're just gonna have to get some like new ends made, maybe whole new lines or something like that. Probably just from like these nuts and over to match the Honda one, but I think we can make the AC work without too much effort. So that would be awesome. This thing is going to make a great daily. And yeah, get up under here. We got her on the lift right now, but really happy with that engine bay, guys. Came out awesome. So super good for a rattle can job. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Here pretty soon we'll get this in there and try to get this thing up and running. And yeah, that's about it for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.